Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who is really Caesar Borgia, and is actually, that's my topic of today, is what did Christ, Yahweh Shah, Messiah, really look like? All right? So let's bring it out. We're going to go straight to it because there's a few prophets who gave their visual occurrence or prophecy of what he would look like. It's many times in here. All right, so we're going to go straight to it. We're going to go to the one that we usually touch on, which is Revelations 1:14. And we're going to go to 15 on that. So Revelation 1:14 through 15, and it reads, "His head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as the flame of fire." Okay, so his head and his beard were white, and his eyes were as the flame of fire, because he drank wine in moderation. And his feet like unto fine brass. So what color is brass? Brass is a derivative of brown. It's a derivative of brown, so a shade of brown, okay? But what color brown? Let's see. As if they had burned in a furnace. So he was a dark brown skinned brother. All right, so that right there in Revelations, which means to reveal the description of Christ, first of all, Revelations chapter 1, verse 1, the revealing of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants these things which must come to pass, right? Okay, so the revelation, this is the revealing, the description of Christ. Okay, as if they had burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So all praises to that. He spoke loud, cry loud, spare not. Okay, so who's the next prophet right here? Who's the next prophet that gives the description of Christ, right? It's Daniel, the prophet Daniel. Let's go to Daniel 10:5. Daniel 10:5, we're going to go to 6. We're going to go all the way to 6, all right? So Daniel 10:5. Okay. Daniel 10:5, we're going to go to 6. Bear with me real quick. Okay, I'm there. All right. Okay, and it reads, "Then I lifted up my eyes." So Daniel says, "I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold." Okay, behold. What did you see, Daniel? Let's read. "A certain man clothed in linen, with loins were girded with fine gold of Euphrates." All right. So that's the Euphrates had the greatest gold at that time. Okay, it was pure gold. All right, some of the purest of that time. All right. So it says his body as also was like unto beryl, in his face like the appearance of lightning, in his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like the color of polished brass. There we go. So he was a derivative of brown again. So Daniel says he's a derivative of brown. Let's finish it out. And his voice, in the voice of his words, like the voice of a multitude. Okay, so he spoke loud. He spoke loud. So, and I keep it reiterating on that because bringing that back out because they upset that the brothers, oh, they too loud, they be yelling. Like, you need to buckle up. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Okay, so you need to stop worrying about the yelling and focus on what they saying. All right, so let's go to the prophet. Let's go to the prophet Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's see what Isaiah says about what he sees, what he's seeing Christ to look like. All right. Okay, because this is madness. This is Caesar Borgia. He was a faggot. He was a faggot, and he modeled for that. And you know, I just had a discussion with a preacher, and I asked him. I said, I was moving around this Sabbath, and I asked him. I said, hey, you know, I said, like today, you know, I said tomorrow y'all gonna have church. I said, you know, today is actually the Sabbath. It's the Lord's day. He said, yeah, I know. Edomite. And I said, well, y'all gonna keep. I said, well, that's what it is. I said, that's why that, we at the end days. You gotta understand. You acknowledging this. I asked him if he was an Edomite. He told me that he knew he was an Edomite. I told my brother Marsha. I said, Marsha, I said I'm gonna go and see how he knows he's an Edomite, because that's the pop quiz question. How this fucker know he an Edomite, right? And what astonished him that, and he said, you know what, you might be right, is when I told him that we are the children of Israel, because he told me he was a historian on the word, which was a joke, which was a complete joke. All right, so we're going to go to Isaiah 53 and 2, all right? Let's get Isaiah's occurrence on Christ. It says, who have believed our report? So who's going to be relieved of what we coming to say? And whom have the arm of the Lord been revealed? That would they believe that the Most High had then showed us these visions? Would they believe that Christ is a black man, like it constantly keeps saying, all up and through this book? All praise it. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, as the root of out of a dry ground. And he have no form or comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we shall desire of him. So he's not going to be a handsome brother. He's not going to be, no. He's coming with the word. Telling you to keep these laws. All praises. And they didn't like that. The Pharisees and they couldn't handle it. You understand? 3. He is desired and rejected of men. He is despised and rejected of men, Salakia. A man of sorrow and a countenance with grief. And we hide, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not. And the word, and what is he saying right there? Esteemed means to admire or to respect. Okay, to respect or admire. So they didn't pay no attention to him. They didn't give him no love at all. Right? Let's keep reading. Surely he have borne